Okay guys, here's a video I think you've been waiting for. How to make the green Ninja. I'm just going to show you how I do it. I get the booster pack. It's the 9553. It's the blue Ninja JX. Let's take the stuff out. Get them out. That's the first step. And go ahead and separate. You want to separate the bodies, the arms. Take the hands off. Put all your blue and gray pieces in one spot. The helmet. Get the legs off. The easiest way is just to grip them and pull straight out. Don't try to bend them sideways like the arms. Get all that off. And here are the parts that you will be painting. Not the head. And obviously if you don't want Jay's head, put Lloyd's head on there. It's no big deal. It's another $5. I mean, so not too bad. This is a critical part because you want this to stay silver. So here's what we use. We use the blue painter's tape. And what you want to do is get you some corners. Cut your corners off. Just like this. And I have found the best way to do this is to get you some tweezers. It's the easiest way to handle this tape is with tweezers. I like to cut the tip off because the silver part is not exactly pointed. I'm going just the wrong way. Okay. And then you just take it and put it right over that corner. Just like that. And then I use a little small pair of scissors from my Swiss Army knife to cut this side off. Then you just kind of push it on here and then trim it to fit right on the edge of the front. This is probably the trickiest part of the whole deal, is trimming this up to where it fits. And then you just kind of repeat for the other side. I've made about 30 of these, and I'll tell you, this has been the worst part, is taping off for the helmet. But it's better than trying to paint it back over with something. However, I'll show you how to fill in these spots that doesn't get done, that get missed or get leaked on where the paint comes through the tape. Typically it does not come through. Then put this on this side, just like that. And I tell you, this makes a huge difference in how your green Ninja comes out, because you don't have all this ugliness up here where it doesn't get covered right or covered well. And then I just make a triangle that just about would fit the top portion, which looks like maybe this right here will do it. Still not perfect, but I'm gonna make it that way. There we go. And stick this right over the remaining point, which is the top, and then trim it to fit. I always trim just down this side and over and right there, and mash it down. And there you go. The helmet is ready for painting. And all I do is simply put it on a straw and stick it in a box with holes in it. And there you go, that's how I set it up. And I'm going to show you what I do with the rest of them right now. For the remaining pieces, for the arms, I just trimmed the straw up. Put some little flaps on it. And you just stick that in where the hand goes. Just like that. And put it in the box. Do the other arm the same way. Put that in the box. The leg. Just go right in the bottom there with the straw. Torso, same thing. I like to tape this off as well, just to keep the paint from getting on there, so the head and the armor will fit on. And the last leg. And always, let's see, depending on the size of your straw, sometimes the this part will fit in there, but in some cases I just stick it right over that like that, and that way I can paint it. But this one's starting to dry a little bit. I've painted it too many times. But that's the way it's supposed to go. Or, you know, if you can, just get it to fit like that and paint it that way. Alright, here's the secret sauce. It's the green. You can get any green shade you want. But it's the Krylon Fusion for plastic. It's the gloss. You want to use that. You're going to coat these things about twice. And that's going to give you a good coat. When you're painting them, you just want to fog them really good. Don't try to do too much on the first shot. Just fog them enough to get them a little light coat of green. Do that with all your pieces. And you're going to get the really nice green color. The second coat kind of ties it all in. It'll be really nice. But don't sit still and hold it in one spot, or you'll get a lot of runny parts. And it's good not to breathe this stuff, by the way. So just coat all your pieces really well with the first coat and let it dry. You know, they'll dry in about 15 minutes, but let it dry for probably about 30 minutes to an hour just to get a good dry finish. Alright, so we've got everything painted. Our helmets, the body parts, it's all painted. The next step is to get it ready for the clear coat. And I'm going to show you how the helmets turn out. Just take your little knife or something and just take the tape off. One second here. Gonna get this tape off. You should be left with what looks like, you know, the silver helmet, the silver star on the helmet. And if you've got any blue showing, take your silver Sharpie and fill it in, just like this. Just makes a perfect blend here. I'll cover the green. If any green is bled through, you cover that. And then you'll have a good looking silver star on the helmet. And now you're ready for the next coat. Here's the next step. It's Krylon Crystal Clear, the gloss kind, good for metal, wood, wicker, and more. Definitely be sure to use this. It dries in 10 minutes. Do it the same way. You want to give these about 2 coats. But wait a minute, there's something we got to do to this first. It's the decal. I print these decals on some mailing label paper, so they're kind of adhesive. And I just cut them out. Give you a good close-up of that. I just cut them out. You know, I cut it to fit. I can't really, it's kind of a trial and error thing. You have to kind of figure out the size you need on your computer. I put something over in Windows Microsoft Paint and put it at about 52%, and it come out the perfect size. But it was just a trial and error thing. It'll take you but a couple times to get it. But this is the one I've been using. So cut that out and put it on your torso piece before you spray it with the clear coat. Alright, here's just a little quick tip. After you've cut your torso piece out, leave you a tag piece on here because it's really hard to pull the paper apart. And I like to snip the corners because that keeps them from getting snagged and keeps them from getting peeled off. And this is the point where I'll peel right there. And then snip it right, just a good straight line. Then cut those corners as well. And then just to ensure that I get it straight and fairly even, I'll take these tweezers and lay it right down as close to center as I can get it. There you go. Now you're ready for the clear coat. And I would say coat the paper side at least twice. And it'll be kind of wet and runny, but it'll dry very well. And there you go. Just give everything a good coat. The torsos get coated twice. The helmets get coated twice, and I think the body parts are fine with one coat, but you can do two if you want. Just but you don't want it too thick to where all the parts will start rubbing and they won't work. So we'll get all these coated and we'll come back and show you when they're dry and do some putting together. Alright folks, so after a few hours of coating and drying, we've gone from this to this. The ever popular coveted Green Ninja, with just those few little tips and tricks that'll help you make your own Green Ninja. And it's pretty sweet. And the finish is really durable with those two coats of Fusion for plastic green paint and the Krylon clear coat gloss. You will have your very own Lego Ninjago, I guess Lloyd DX, whoever you want it to be, but he's under the mask, so no big deal. But nonetheless, there's your Green Ninja. Pretty simple to make. So have fun, make one and post a video. Let me see how it turns out. Good night.